everybody. This is Tony Martini. Welcome to It May Interest You to Know. We are joined today, first my two co-hosts, John Hartman and Marty Mangello, who wave hello. And we have two very special guests today, who I have to say I'm ultra excited to have, friends and very talented entertainment professionals. First, Alicia Minshew, who you know from All My Children, playing Kendall Hart, but also a host of other projects, movies, TV shows, and also her co-producer in a new project called Eltingville, Ed Cordiano. Yay!
Hello.
Hi. Now, I want to get into your new project for sure. I know that's why you're joining me together. But if I could, I'd like to ask both of you a couple of just small questions I have unrelated to Eltingville.
Yes.
So, Alicia, I have to know. I've known you a long time, and I've never asked this question.
Ask me.
When you filmed the pool scene on All My Children,
yes,
a one-take scene, or were you just in and out of clothes, dunking all day?
So first of all, I was wearing, you guys probably didn't see it, but I was wearing this tiny little nothing dress. It was 30-something degrees that day, and we were freezing. And they said, you guys have to do this in one take. So that was it. Because after they threw us in the pool, I mean, we started out dry and ended up wet, so we couldn't. We had to do it.
That's what I was wondering. Like, are they bringing you out and redoing you?
With this hair, can you imagine such a thing with the wet hair having fluff? I mean, my God, no. That pool scene with Cameron and Rebecca was one take, and I was glad it was done because it was freezing, but it was fun. It was fun.
Of course.
That's a good question, Tony. I've never been asked that before.
I was always curious.
Yeah.
And then my other question to you is, why are you so good playing characters we hate?
This is what I say. I think every person has, man or woman, has their inner bitch or their inner, their inner something. And isn't it fun to sort of unleash that? And then when you're all done with it, you're like, okay, now I can go home and be pleasant to my husband or my daughter or my friends. So it's just because it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, you're so lovely as a human being. I mean, just gracious and kind and funny. And most people don't know what a good sense of humor you have because you don't know drama.
This is right? Eddie and I, we connect so much because we make each other laugh. Every time we talk, belly laughs.
Yeah, hysterical.
Belly laughs. Yeah.
Well, I got to see that chemistry. And before I get into the chemistry and how you guys met, Eddie, I have a question for you as well that I wondered. You were on an episode of Blue Bloods, and you play the villain. I guess that's the best way to characterize you. And you have this action scene. You're running, and is that you who actually makes the jump? I mean, you wind up hurting your leg. I mean, was that a stunt person, or did you?
That is a very good question. So what they do is, it was not me. I didn't jump out that window.
I was hoping not.
Man jumps. But Tony, what they make you do is they make you throw yourself on the ground to do the pickup. So the stuntman jumps onto and not taking anything away from the state. What they do, I couldn't do it. But he gets to jump onto a box of cushion stuff, and I had to keep throwing myself on the ground to get the pickup. So it was not fun. And then I had Donnie Wahlberg sitting on my back for a while. And it was 100 degrees that day, but I didn't jump out that window. Although I would have, but I didn't.
Yeah, I seriously wondered that when I was like, wow, he's definitely more athletic than I realized. I wondered, I was like, is that a stunt double, or did he actually make that jump?
No.
Or they push him.
I would have.
Well, I want to talk today about your project, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention how the two of you met. I guess I can take credit for it.
You can.
Oh, you can.
You should take every credit under the sun. We would have done this podcast if we had nothing to talk about but to just, hang out with you.
Yeah, and thank you.
Yeah, and say thank you, because you're the reason why we're here with these guys and you and having a good time, and you're the reason why we're friends.
Oh, actually, Alicia I had met even before. Ed and Alicia and I had done this project called Coveting Veronica. And the two of them met on set filming that show. And I would say the chemistry was amazing instantly. I mean, not only could you see that they made each other laugh and they got along really well, they were, whispering in the corner. They helped each other in every scene, like draw the best out. And I think I knew right away that that was going to be a friendship that lasted. As a matter of fact, we have a little surprise for you. Marty, do we have that surprise?
Let me cue it up. You guys keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I know no one likes to hear a surprise.
Could be anything.
I don't want to scare people too
Right
much.
now, Liz is thinking, was I ever like naked in a pool somewhere?
Tony, we do really have to thank you, because we did hit it off immediately. And
We rehearsed before, remember?
we did.
I made you a cup of coffee.
Made me coffee. I would go to Manhattan and she would make me coffee and we would sit and rehearse. But we also just, like you said, we just hit it off.
Yeah.
So she's the best person. Like, the reason why you play those characters so well is because it's, like you said, it's the exact opposite of Alicia in life. So who wouldn't love to do
I
that?
want to ask my husband that, but
And how funny is she? I mean,
thank you, Eddie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
she delivers a line, and has the face. Because I did another project called Surviving Sam with her before that, and she can deadpan, a comment or just look, when somebody says something, a slight roll of her eye. I mean, she's very funny, and she gets lost in a lot of, angsty drama, but she can definitely do comedy like no one's business.
Thanks, man. You know what? Thank you for saying that. I love light, funny stuff, and that's actually a dream of mine. I love doing drama, and I seem to get cast that way because that's what I did for 10 years, and I love it. But it is fun to be funny and off the wall, and I mean that's really who I am. And Eddie and I can tell you, like, that's how we connected, was just through our laughter. And so you wrote me some funny stuff, and it was an honor to do that. And you know what? Maybe we'll do something together again. Maybe Eddie and I.
Yeah.
You just never know.
I sure hope so, because it was just a pleasure to work with both of you. You bring 100% to everything, and I'm sure that's why you were always so popular, and you had too. I mean, it was amazing. It was a great experience. I thought you lit up the screen together.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It takes
acting with Lish. She is very giving, and she comes with all this experience, and your body of work speaks for itself. But you do make other actors feel good. I just have to say, like, you just make other actors feel good to be around you, and you're so giving. And it's just a great way to be. Like, it's a pleasure to work with you on screen. It really is.
Oh, thank you. Listen, it's about the whole atmosphere, though. Like, oh, there I am with Craig, sticking my butt out.
Is that one of the cute little photos you were talking?
No. We actually have a little video clip.
Here I am on Tony's shoulder, sticking my butt out with Craig, which that was my character.
All right, hold on, I'll get the video clip. Give me a second. Keep going.
Coveting Veronica.
Yeah, I have a little surprise clip for the two of you. So I'm hoping that you enjoy seeing it. I was looking yesterday, and I stumbled across it, and I said, "Oh, I have to surprise them with this."
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous.
Some pictures of you guys on the set of your new project. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Eltingville?
Oh.
Sure.
Eddie, this is all you.
All you two. This turned into our baby, but really quick. So this script was written a long time ago, and it was just like a coming of age story based in Staten Island in the late 80s, early 90s. And it was not based on my life, but it was based a lot on just kind of like that era in Staten Island and how unique it was. So wrote a script and almost got it sold, and then didn't, and then changed along the way and got rewritten. And then Lish, you read it a while ago.
Years ago.
Yeah. And loved it. And then, as you do, immediately thinking about where we could sell it and all. So Lish started to send it out to people in her network, and people liked it. And then things happened, and then we decided we were just going to do it ourselves. And Lish brought in all of her people, and we
and your people.
We did. It was a total collaboration, but we couldn't be happier with it. So we filmed it. So it's a television show. It's we have a whole story Bible for 5 seasons, but we filmed the pilot. It was incredible. It was an incredible. We don't have it yet, so it's in editing right now. But we filmed for 3 days in May.
Sure, and you're from Staten Island, right?
From Staten Island. Yeah.
Did you wrote everything in that, or is it your writing, or?
I wrote it. Yeah, I have a couple of fellow writers as well who did some rewrites on it with me. But yeah, creator, writer. Alicia's the main producer on it and acted in it, and we put together a great cast. Donna is the casting director, also a producer.
Yeah.
I said it's like if it's the best we couldn't have done it any better. We really gave it like everything we have, and it was like incredible. So we'll see. We don't have anything to show yet. I wish we did, but it's in editing.
Where did you film it?
We filmed in Staten Island for 3 days. So we filmed at do you know Staten Island at all, John? Or
a little bit, not well.
So we were at Moravian Cemetery, Danino's Pizza.
Beautiful there.
It's so pretty there.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was so beautiful.
So pretty there.
A lot around
there.
Pardon me?
You grew up there in Staten Island?
I did, yeah.
So just out of curiosity, if you had like a scene where you have to be in a kitchen, would you like call your mom and say, "Hey, Mom, do you mind if we come over and shoot there?" Or
John, you know it. That's where we filmed all day on Saturday, May 17th. We took over my mother's house. I was on at 7 in the morning, covering everything. Like we were there all day. Yeah.
I'm coming to visit, Mom. Just don't be there.
Rosie Cordiano was unbelievable, and so was your sister, so was your nephew. We took over the house. She made the cast homemade eggplant parmesan.
Oh, you know it.
And lasagna. I mean, we had a group of great paisans who really appreciated her food, and she was so cute. She's like, I don't know if it's good enough. We were dying over her eggplant parmesan. It was like the best food I've ever had on set.
Unbelievable. So is it gravy or sauce?
No, it's gravy. It's always gravy.
It's always gravy. Yeah, gravy.
It's not sauce.
Yeah.
Tony, I think I have your clip for you. If you're ready, we'll share this and run over, and we can share anything else that anybody else would like to see or bring up or mention. I know we're jumping all around the internet with Michael, from Battlestar Galactica to Medium. To Monk, many of his shows. So let me see here if anybody recognizes this one.
My baby.
No.
Yeah.
My baby.
I mean, how did you get in my yard, you know?
Oh my God.
Look at that bow. It's bow-rific.
That's a little Alicia and a little Eddie.
Really?
Is that your son too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Says that a boy can take a video second in the tongue for me. I didn't even know.
And they had no teeth.
Is it okay? I like bubblegum.
I could cry watching this.
I know, me too. I'm starting to.
So would you want, as a professional actress, would you want your children to be actors or doctors or lawyers or just...
You can answer that, Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If they want it, yes. But it's a little bit of a tough business.
It must be brutal.
We should just get out of
It's got to be a lot better nowadays with Harvey Weinstein's casting couch pretty much gone.
Yeah, well, it's true because
good point, but
yeah, things are different now for sure. Oh my gosh, that makes me weepy because there's so little there with their little teeth missing. And I don't know for Brandon, but for Willow, it was the first time she was ever on a set speaking lines. So,
and they were the most professional of everybody, right? of everybody that was there. I mean, in this episode where Alicia had a flashback, her character, to when she had first met Ed's character. So their children played little junior versions of them. That's Ed's son, and that's Alicia's daughter in there. And they came to set, I want to tell you, more professional than any of the adults.
They were rehearsing, and they just hit their marks. They said their lines. They like never met. Like they were on their game, and we were so proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting fit, like they're running the mics, like the little lavalier mics on them, and they're like running their lines together, while the rest of you are like throwing bananas at each other and running around, and you got to try to wrangle you guys to get you.
Come on, we gotta go. And meanwhile, they're like
hair and makeup. Meanwhile, they're there, they're like running their lines over and over. They're like, okay, and they're
so
waiting.
little.
They were so good. They were so prepared, and they're lovely little kids, not just because they're ours, but. It is. I want to answer. So I have 4 kids, and Brandon really wants to be an actor. So I'm, of course, very supportive.
Yeah.
The other 3, really don't have an interest, which, But so if they really want it, I would say yes. But it is, like Lish said, it is very different now than what it was.
Yeah.
Even with COVID, it's like it's easier. The first round of doing something, you self-tape, and you don't really have to leave your house.
Right.
And that's helpful because you don't have to run all over the place to audition. You could just kind of start the process right from your little studio at home, which is great. It makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Well, I mean, and your children, on top of being very professional, were really just well-behaved, polite. They're good kids. They are. Smart, intelligent. Wow, I was very impressed with both your children.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just to reaffirm what Eddie was saying, I mean, the capability today to capture video, in 80i and upload stuff to Burbank to the server, and then they can play with it and run through the B-roll and put something up. I mean, it's really quite advanced. It's not unlike the music industry. Nobody should be surprised or amazed today to find out what one of our musicians was telling me. They actually record in different studios all over the world and email the work or upload it to a server. And the person in there in the studio with the mixer board actually puts the song together. So I was shocked to find out that they were doing whole CDs from all over the world.
They're not together. They're all separate.
Yeah, with different instruments. Oh, yeah. John plays the saxophone, and he sends his clip in. And I'm like, oh, my gosh.
That's
you
amazing.
guys aren't in a studio? They're like, no, we're not.
Wow, that's amazing. That's, Willow, she does like to act, but I will tell you, if she wants to do it, I will let her, but I'm not going to sort of push her in that direction only because I know how tricky it can be. But I will say she wants to be a filmmaker. She wants to make movies. She has a camera. She's always shooting stuff. She's always editing. She's always capturing images. When she has her friends over, she directs them in a little film, and then she films them and she edits it. So she could be directing us one day. In fact, she's going to a filmmaking camp next week. So I kind of love that she's sort of into the behind the scenes. She's always shooting stuff. So, yeah. So and she has an eye for it. Unlike me, I don't have that eye, but she loves that. So we'll
creative. See. That's the creative side. Is your husband creative? I've never actually asked that. Is Richie creative?
Yes, Richie used to be an actor before I met him. And now he is a restaurant owner and does real estate. But he was on Law and Order. He actually just did a gig not that long ago, very randomly for Netflix. So when it's released in the spring, my husband will be on a show.
That's right.
Which is like unbelievable. He's playing a character very similar to him by the name of Richie. So, but he acted for many, many years, which is kind of great because when I have to do auditions or self-tapes or I go to work on set, he's great to run lines with. He's great. It's kind of a nice thing.
So Willow's blessed all the way around.
I mean, I think so.
I've got a question for Ed. Ed, you consider yourself an actor or a writer first, or how do you interplay the two?
I mean, writing is really my first love. So I consider myself more of a writer, but acting is like, there's just a physical freedom to it and an expression. Writing is hard. Like the thing about writing is that you have to be so disciplined to do it. And you guys could probably all relate. It's hard to get in the chair at the same time and do it. But my heart is really with writing. I love to create from that aspect of it. So that's how I got my start in acting. I wrote a play and it got put up, and then I got cast in the play, and then got an agent, and then I started working. But I really was focused mainly on acting from when I was in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you study in college? Did you study acting or English or
English? I was an English major, English literature.
Very good.
He's such a good actor, though, Eddie. I'm just going to toot your horn for like a quick second, you guys. He's such a good actor. And I knew that the second I met him years ago and rehearsed with him. I was like, oh, he's the real deal. And in his show, Eltingville, you get to see how good of an actor he is, because he plays this wonderful character with a mustache, and he's from Staten Island. Like he's so good. You guys
coming from you, that means a lot. Coming from you, that means a lot. And the director wrote me in more. I had a smaller part, and the director, Chris Roberti, wrote me in more. I was trying to put myself in it less, and he wrote in this beautiful depth to my character. So it was cool. It was cool. But thank you, Lish.
So where can people go to find out more information about the show?
Well, we have a Kickstarter page that is just still up and running. We'll put updates out there, which, by the way, for independent actors, I just want to mention this real quick. I know we're out of time, but we did a Kickstarter campaign and raised funds for it, which is a great way for an independent artist to raise funds to do something. It was a great platform, and we had a great experience. So we update on the page. So you can check the page out, and then we have an Instagram, but we go to the page and we update stuff there.
Yeah.
And Alicia, you have a Twitter, a large Twitter following. I assume you're gonna keep us updated there as well.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. When we had the Kickstarter out, I would sort of post on Twitter about it, and it was wonderful because the fans are supportive. I mean, we had a lot of the wonderful soap fans help support, the show, and
they're desperate. They're desperate to see you in anything. I mean, I think that they love any piece of work that you do.
They're very supportive, and I'm very grateful that to have an audience at all, I mean, is a gift. So, but it's nice because now they're following Eddie, and and during Surviving Sam, Coveting Veronica, following you, and now they're going to follow these guys, and it's just so nice to have such support after 10 years. The show went off 10 years ago. It's been a long time.
You made an impact. Okay.
I think that's your website right there, Eddie, for Kickstarter. If folks wanted to go to the Kickstarter page.
Oh, that's it.
Thank you so much for putting that up there. Yep, that's it.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Now I'm going to say, will both of you promise you'll come back?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
What are you kidding me?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
I mean, please come back to update us. And Alicia, I want to try to wrangle you into a show we're going to do on nutrition, because I know you're really into that. So
I just flexed. That was so stupid.
No, it wasn't. It was like, yeah.
Go nutrition.
I could talk about like green juice and kale and stuff all day long. Okay.
So you're going to come back for that, and you're both going to come back and update us as things are progressing. And on that note, we're going to say goodbye because we have another show to do.
Thank you, John and Mark and Tony.
Listen, Eddie, thank you so much.
I can get John's promise, John, to have a kale milkshake when she comes back on.
I will love a kale milkshake.
Kale milkshake. Okay.
I'm in.
We'll figure it out. Awesome.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.